Well, Liz Truss is facing even more pressure this morning after 3 of her own MPs called on her to resign.
Tory members, or members of Parliament, I should say, Crispin Blunt, Andrew Bridgen and Jamie Wallace all wrote to the Prime Minister to ask her to stand down, with reports suggesting that a further 100 are prepared to do the same.
Well, Labour is currently calling for Liz Truss to face the Commons, accusing her of being in office but not in power.
Well, joining us for the latest this morning is the chair of the Women in Think Tanks Forum, Phoebe Arslanigat-Wakefield. Very good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Look, how serious is this for Liz Truss? She'll be hoping that after Friday she can draw a line under all of that. And I suppose it's a question of whether or not there is a more unifying candidate out there who can pull together all their arguing ranks within the party.
Yes, I mean, let's be absolutely clear. It's really just, I think, game over for Truss. It's a waiting game now. The only reason that she is still in power, still in post, well, really maybe not even in power, just in office, is because the Tory party hasn't decided what the next best option is. You know, there's been lots of conversation over the weekend. There'll be lots of frantic WhatsApp messaging, trying to work out what is the least bad option facing Conservative MPs right now. As you say, finding that unity candidate, there's been a lot of names popping around, but not all of them can be Prime Minister. And Truss will probably stay until they can actually coalesce around that one person.
But they can't actually force her to go.
No, they can't force her to go, but I think that Truss probably feels that her position is actually politically untenable. I mean, a lot does hinge to some extent on what happens today with the markets in terms of whether she has days or perhaps weeks or perhaps months. I mean, she's brought in Jeremy Hunt to be Chancellor. Today will be the first full day of trading since those series of U-turns, since Kwasi Kwarteng being replaced. Hunt is seen as a fairly safe pair of hands. He does have a base of respect within the party. He's not particularly popular with the UK electorate necessarily.
Well, he's got no Treasury experience.
He's got absolutely no Treasury experience. That's quite right. But we have already started to see perhaps some positive reaction from the markets, but we're coming out of a very deep hole. I mean, sterling slumped 17%. The UK bond market remains very vulnerable.